Imagine being a 9-month-old baby, innocent, curious, fearless. Now imagine scientists using you as a guinea pig to toy with your emotions, teaching you to fear things you once loved. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But this actually happened in 1920, in an experiment that's still one of the darkest chapters in psychology. Welcome back to Dark Psychology and Experiments. Today we're diving into the chilling story of the Little Albert experiment, the study that turned a baby into a test subject, and may have left him scarred for life. Stick around because this one's gonna make your skin crawl. Let's set the stage. It's 1920, and a psychologist named John B. Watson is obsessed with proving that human emotions can be shaped like clay. He's a big fan of classical conditioning, like Pavlov's dogs, drooling at the sound of a bell. But Watson wants to take it further. He believes he can condition a human to feel fear. And who does he pick for this experiment? Not an adult who can consent, not even an animal, but a 9-month-old baby, known to history as Little Albert. So what was the Little Albert experiment? Watson, along with his assistant Rosalie Rayner, chose Albert because he was calm and didn't scare easily. Their goal? To make him terrified of a white rat, a creature Albert actually liked at first. Here's how they did it. Every time Albert reached for the rat, Watson would sneak behind him and smash a steel bar with a hammer. Bang! The noise was so loud it made Albert cry and tremble. Over and over they paired the rat with that awful sound. Pretty soon just seeing the rat made Albert scream and crawl away in terror. Mission accomplished, right? But it didn't stop there. Watson noticed something even creepier. Albert's fear started to spread. He didn't just panic at the sight of the rat. He got scared of anything that looked remotely similar. A fluffy rabbit? Terrifying. A fur coat? Nope. Even a Santa Claus mask with a white beard sent him into a meltdown. This is called generalization in psychology. Albert's fear had grown way beyond what Watson intended. One little experiment had rewired this baby's brain to see danger everywhere. Now let's pause for a second. Think about what's happening here. A baby, not even a year old, is being deliberately traumatized for science. No one asked Albert if he was okay with this. Obviously, he couldn't consent. His mother, a nurse at the hospital where the study took place, was barely involved, and some say she didn't fully understand what was being done. That alone feels wrong, doesn't it? But here's where it gets even darker. After Watson and Rayner got their results, they just stopped. There's no record of them trying to undo Albert's fear, a process called deconditioning. They left him afraid of rats, rabbits, maybe even Santa Claus, with no clear plan to help him unlearn it. We don't even know for sure what happened to Albert afterward. Some researchers think he might have been a boy named Douglas Merritt, who died young, but others aren't so sure. Either way, the idea of a kid carrying that fear into childhood or beyond is haunting. So why does this experiment fit the dark psychology vibe? It's not just the fear factor, it's the ethics or lack thereof. Today this study would be shut down faster than you can say lawsuit. Intentionally scaring a baby? No consent? No follow-up care? That's a trifecta of red flags. Back then, psychology was like the Wild West. Few rules, lots of ambition. Watson didn't just want to prove classical conditioning, he wanted to show he could control human behavior. And he used a defenseless baby to do it. The Little Albert experiment did make history. It showed that fear can be learned and it influenced behaviorism, the idea that our actions are shaped by our environment. But at what cost? Albert paid the price for that knowledge and we're still debating whether it was worth it. So, what do you think? Was the Little Albert experiment a brilliant breakthrough or a cruel mistake? Could you imagine being Albert, taught to fear something harmless? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every one. And if this story creeped you out as much as it did me, hit that like button and subscribe to Dark Psychology and Experiments for more twisted tales from the mind. Next week, we're digging into another study that'll make you question what science can get away with. Until then, stay curious, and maybe check under the bed for white rats.